Okay, this one's going to be another word problem here with a system of equations, I think. Carpet costs $10.50 per square meter. The total cost of carpeting the whole office is $3,024. And it looks like we want to find the width and the length of the office floor. So I think it makes sense for us to let W be the width of the floor. Again, instead of writing W equals width only, I think it's a little bit better to write W equals the width of the floor, just to be very clear. Why don't we use a capital W and a capital L for the length of the floor. Now that we've defined our variables, we should be able to come up with some equations, right? Notice right here, the width of the floor is twice the length of the floor. I find that a little bit strange. Usually to me, length is longer than width, but that's not an official rule or anything. But the width of the floor is twice the length the width is twice the length. How can we encode that in equation? Well, the width is twice the length. So that's good. Now what's the other clue? Well, carpet costs $10.50 per square meter. What is the area of this office? The area of the office is W times L, right? And the units of that area is in square meters. So W times L represents the number of square meters that we need to carpet. And we're told that it's $10.50 per square meter. So let's multiply that by 10.50. And that gives me the total amount of dollars that I spent for the carpeting job, which turns out to be $3,024. All right. Now, that looks a little bit odd. Why don't we use substitution here to replace, in this second equation, I want to replace W by 2L. So let's do that. So we get 10.50. How about we just write 10.5? Same thing, right? And then I'm going to replace something for W, but the rest I'm leaving the same. I'm going to keep my L here and I'll keep my 3,024. Now, what do I replace for W? Well, W is equal to 2L, so certainly I'm allowed to replace W by 2L. Let's clean this up. What is 2 times 10.5? I think it's 21. L times L is L squared. So we obtain this. And let's divide both sides by 21. What is 3,024 divided by 21? 144. So L squared is 144. And therefore L is equal to the root of 144. And the root of 144, that's a nice number. It's 12, right? So the length is going to be 12 meters. How do we find the width? Well, remember over here, the width is twice the length. So the width is 2 times 12. So the width is 24 meters. So that was a pretty easy question for the last question of the exam. Let me just read it again to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah. So let's just write a little sentence so it's for good style. And remember, our unit is meter. So our answer would be the width of the office floor is 24 meters. That's this number right here. And the length is 12 meters. All right. So that completes this question, and it also is the last question of this exam. I hope you found it not too bad.